Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss what cults there are in bourbon. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Ryan Thompson, and Lenny.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, guys?
Lenny is like a sound engineer. He has screwed up our sound so much. We had a couple starts and stops because he had apparently a Boeing engine that started in there, and then he decided to put a heater on, which is making noise, and now he's throwing stuff as we get started here. It's fine, Lenny. No big deal.
Yeah, I'm out of practice.
Yeah. I was on. I should release. Jim and I did a show that came out today. If you listen to the Bourbon Daily, this doesn't help our listeners, but I'm talking to the team here now. That came out today, and I cut out at the end. I couldn't finish the show. I kept saying the wrong shit and the wrong line. It went on for like 4 minutes, and that's not a lot. Yeah, it is when you just keep fucking something up, and you're like, oh, I got to start again, and then I'd say something wrong. It was crazy. I don't know if I was having like a mini stroke or I just was too much time in Key West. I don't know what was going on. But, yeah. Or it's just old age.
You and I both are getting on up there, so we gotta
exactly
clue into some of these deals. So
we do. Yeah. It's just it's a function of age, I think. So I did want to give a shout out to Darren McCroy. He is the co-writer of the show. He came up with the show idea, and then I put everything together that you see tonight, which. Basically, I didn't screw them up for this group of shows, but on Sunday we record, and apparently I screwed everything up in those scripts, if you will. Or really, our scripts are nothing more than the title. The rest, I mean, I have the intro for our announcer. That's really the only thing. The rest is just there to be there. They were complaining I had too many mistakes in there. Yeah. Does it matter? Oh, he's got it printed out, so
No,
just print the titles.
there you go.
I'm Anchorman. Whatever you write, Steve, I am reading, and I fuck up a lot too because I'm like, that was not correct. And I can reread these, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, I screwed up. I do copy and paste everything. So I had forgot that I did a show. I always copy and paste the last show I did with one of our announcers, so either McNew or Becca. Well, the last one I did with Becca was where Royce and Becca interviewed the team that made the Jerry Dalton movie. So it says in there, my co-host is Royce Neely. Please welcome our special guest. And then I had typed over, because I always change the special guest. I had typed over who actually the special guests are, but I didn't have myself there. I had Royce Neely. So Becca goes to she circles it in red every time and it sends me photos of all the pages with the same error on everything. And it's just once I make one mistake, it's going to happen in all of them. I mean, it's copy and paste. It is what it is.
Is she like not in the database? I fix crap when I can see.
No, she doesn't fix it.
I fix it for you sometimes.
It's against her policy to fix anything. She can only complain about stuff. Right. She can't fix things. She is in the database, but yeah. She never is in the database unless it's something to rip on me about. Then suddenly she's in the database. Yeah, that's how that works. So she never looks at the calendar unless I have something screwed up, and then she yells at me. And then when I ask her about things that are in the calendar, she's like, well, "I don't have access to that." I'm like, "Yes, you do. I know it." Yeah.
McNew, come on, stay with us here. Stay with us.
Stay with us, McNew.
Here.
Don't leave us. Don't leave us. We got, we're not even get to the small talk. We'll get to that in a second. So we got a barrel pick today. We got Puncher's Chance, and it's a fantastic barrel. Fantastic. 22 cases. Our buddy Tony Friend works for the company that's their product, and he sent a picture of me to it all on the pallet, all saran wrapped. It's all wrapped and has big number 1088 on it, which is the barrel number. And he's like, "It's shipping out to you." So the distributor, it shows up today. The distributor, the truck driver for the distributor comes walking in. He's got one case, and we're like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, that's all they sent. That's all they sent." Well, we didn't. The driver, of course, doesn't know anything. So it's not his gig. He just gives them. He doesn't load the truck. It's just whatever's in the truck. So
sorry to interrupt you, bud, but where's this coming from? Where's Punchers coming from?
That's out of Kentucky. So yeah, they're out of
so
Kentucky.
Not close by then.
Yeah. So yes, they. It's a whole story, but it's a whole thing I don't want to get into because I don't. It's. But yeah, we got one case out of our barrel pick, so it's going to be the world's most expensive barrel pick because we got to make up the
Hey,
money
I
for the
think
whole
you
thing.
bring up a good point here. And Lenny, if I can speak on behalf of us on our perspective, I've had pallets of booze gone.
I know,
missing.
yeah. They just lose a pallet all the time.
Yeah.
This is not the first time it's already happened to us. We're not
Hence
even in business
the
that long.
price of booze. It all comes down to.
Well, we lost a pallet. Yeah.
I have not had that
That's the
happen
whole-
yet, but I'll I guess anticipate it in a terrible way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lenny, we've lost a pallet. We've lost 2 pallets.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hate it, but Akeley, I'm with you. I understand where it's coming from.
It's painful. It really is.
Yeah, you just need to document everything, and we try to document everything, and then it goes missing, and it's just
I know.
disappointing. It's so
Yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Try to document it and it just goes missing. We just don't know.
That's what they tell
Well,
us.
the thing is that most people that steal this shit, they don't know all the effort and the time,
and the care that went into it, and the love.
the care, everything that
I
goes
feel
into
like
it,
when that
right?
pallet was shipped out, there was love there, and then it shows up and it's one box.
Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe it's not really lost.
Speaking of love being on stuff, Steve, I wasn't kidding when I was talking
Where's this
about
going?
when I was talking about there being blood on that knife I sent you.
Yes.
Cut myself pretty bad packaging that up.
Really?
Yeah, there was
Wow,
totally
wow.
blood on it. I tried to wipe it all off, but it
Oh,
might.
no,
still
there's
be-
still some blood on there, but I just figured you had killed the bear.
Yeah, it's got some love on there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, all right. Well, McNew, you said there's something you want to talk about. This was all pre-show stuff. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So recently it was
Yeah.
Ed's birthday, and I love her. She's iconic. She was a hot mess. I'm here for it. So I thought, what would it be like to have spent a week with her? Like, would I die? Would I make it?
Whose
like,
birthday? Whose birthday?
Tallulah Bankhead. She's from the 1920s.
Okay.
Famously drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
She wore the flapper girl outfit and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
flapper girl.
Yeah.
So she's not like a great role model, but like I find her iconic. So I
Okay.
wanted to know who from history, who's maybe not a good role model, but would you like to spend a week with just because their life was so insane?
Probably Kate Upton. I mean, yeah, I just hang out with her.
She acts like he's just hot.
That'd be the historical figure I'd like to hang out with. And just,
Kate
Quick,
Upton's-
with that answer.
He's still alive.
I'm going with whoever I can cook breakfast for. I like to party at night, have a good time, have a couple cocktails, hang out, and then everyone can pass out.
So
where
someone,
and when
Lenny,
they want,
then.
but
Lenny would be your person.
I want to get after like some sausage and eggs, some bacon, some pancakes, maybe. And so that's where
And
I
you
think
can cook all
really
this.
connect.
You can cook this.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't cook any of that.
I got this, Akeley. I got it.
We need to get right.
It's not like you said tiramisu. Those are all things that are reasonable to make.
Thank you. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you for your support, Lenny. Now, if you just cooked all that for Lenny, he's vegan. He can't eat any of that.
Not
So
vegan,
you,
For the record, I
You
own
literally
a
cooked
breakfast
it-
restaurant in Vail, Colorado.
yeah.
For the record.
Whatever. Could you cook a vegan meal for Lenny so he could feel,
Not
I would
vegan.
be
I just
honored
had
to.
salmon 20 minutes ago.
I'd be honored to.
Lenny fell off the wagon, folks. So yeah,
I was never on the wagon.
he's eating the salmon. So yeah, well, it is what it is, Lenny. Tomorrow's day one, so you just got
It's
to
a funny joke, but it's not true.
I understand, Lenny. I understand.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Lenny, Ryan and I have great historical. Ryan really didn't answer the question. He just gave us a scenario. So
Anybody?
yeah. What about you, Lenny?
I don't know. I feel like I need to. This was sprung upon
I had to
me.
think
I don't
about it
have
for a
an
long
answer.
time. So I get your. I feel what you're saying there.
Yeah. You did really dug deep on that.
I went through a very arduous process to come up with who I thought historically would be.
Oh, skip me. I'll come back. I'm still thinking.
Gosh, this is terrible.
Sorry.
All right, Katie.
Not that hard of a question.
It's kind of hard.
It's hard. So was it one day? Is that
No, it's a week. It's a whole week.
So a whole week?
A
Whoever.
week's a long
yeah.
time.
You get a week with this person.
God.
Go
The-
ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead. John Hamm.
Because a person of like a person of history that you'd want to be with. At first, I'm thinking big, like George
Oh.
Washington or something,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
I was expecting
Or
Steve
Einstein.
to
Let me tell you what.
or something like somebody like
3 days in, you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, Einstein! Just shut it."
Right. So
I
that's
don't
the
get it.
thing is that
No.
it's like the don't meet your heroes kind of a thing. I feel like
Right.
something with George Washington, it's such a long career impact. I feel like just
Right.
1 week would
What
be
about the
freaking
teeth? Do you feel like-
boring.
Do you feel like the teeth would
And,
be an issue?
yeah, I don't want to really live in that era for a whole
He
week.
probably had halitosis with those teeth.
No.
Oh,
I mean, unless Steve's also going back and he's going to be one of those magical doctors, because he's
Oh,
going to.
yeah, I would be the world's best turn of the 1800s doctor. There's
Because
no
you're
doubt.
serving everybody whiskey, Akeley. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
All you
Exactly. But people are like, I don't know that you'd be that good. I'd be like, no, I would be the world's greatest doctor at that era.
I'm buying.
100%.
I'm buying.
So
I
what
would-
would be very interesting would be to watch a week of like a Kim Kardashian, because it's such a different life than anything I will ever experience.
Oh,
And honestly,
God.
nothing that I don't ever want
I
to
used
live
so
my
respect
life.
Katie, and they're all
I
gone
never-
in one statement. It's
I
all
never
that,
ever
all that hard
want
work
to
and
live
years
my
of
life that
friendship
way.
just
But
out
I
the
think it
door.
would be fascinating to see
Hey.
what that's like for a week.
I get what you're saying, but I think Chloe would be way more fun. Like, let me go hang out with Chloe for a week.
This is.
I
it's
don't
more
even
new.
know the Kardashians well enough to know the difference.
Right.
That's the
Thank
bad
you
thing. I
for
just
not
know
knowing
they
what I
went
do
to
in my
law
spare
school
time.
at least.
That's horrible. Just horrible. Kate
Katie
Upton and I
McNew.
are not going to hang out with you and the
We
Kardashians.
have experience with
Kate
this
Upton and I are
stuff
gonna
in
do fun
that
stuff.
Vale.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah.
We'll go over
I
to-
mean, it's
We'll
no,
go over to our chef's house over here. Ryan, he'll be cooking breakfast every day, whatever that is. So, yeah.
I'll cook bacon every day in my life.
Well,
There's
let me
just
do you
so
before
many
we toss
options.
this back to McNew to see if she has any besides Tallulah. We'll give her a second chance since she came up with the topic. So maybe she says there is no one else, but we'll see. We'll get to her. But Lenny, you first. Anybody?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like I'm kind of on the same page as Katie from not about following a Kardashian. I mean that it's like the part about it being like a week is a long time to be with
Right.
someone. So there's a
Right.
lot of cool.
Linda
things-
McCartney was a famous vegan. You could hang out with her.
Yeah, true. That doesn't mean anything
God.
to me, but okay. I mean, I don't know, maybe an hour or a day with anybody. But you know what could be kind of cool?
An hour. I'm going to spend a whole hour.
Like a Mike Tyson or
Mike Tyson would be fun to hang out with, I think.
yeah. And be it at his prime or now. It would be
Like,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, the hour is easier. I could spend a lot of people. I spent like hour with Chris Hemsworth, easy, done,
No.
in and out. But a whole week,
Exactly.
like you're probably gonna have to like go work out and like eat healthy and shit. I don't fucking think so.
No, that's the challenge. You got to pick the right person because it's a whole week.
Right?
We're not going to make it by your rules just to make it easy. No, this is going to be hard. Yeah.
Can I just
It's a
choose to be by
commitment.
myself for a week? Like just no one else, just myself.
Phone, no phone,
That's the
no
easy
things
answer.
don't bother me.
That's the easy
Yeah.
answer.
Hey,
We're
I
gonna
hear
go-
Gazelle is single these days, so maybe I'll fucking raise my hand for that.
Gazelle. Who's
Yeah.
Gazelle?
Giselle.
Tom Brady's ex.
Oh,
I thought she was dating some jiu-jitsu guy. Trainer.
She is. Yeah.
Wait,
Uh,
I have an answer.
yeah.
Kaylee Cuoco.
She's so cute.
And
Oh.
she rescues dogs and she's a big pit bull
Oh.
lover.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
they-
well, she's checking all the boxes,
Yes.
and she has no personality, so yeah, it won't get in your way. So that's
right.
good.
So like I
That's
wouldn't
good.
have to worry about someone who's like
Yeah,
super
that's good.
big annoying personality. Yeah.
right,
that I
right. 'Cause
could-
she has none. So yeah, I see. I could see
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I see where you're going. Okay, yeah, that's good. Good answer. McNew, you said Tallulah Bankhead. Is that your final answer, or is there someone else?
No,
you
because
out there?
I was
I don't know
thinking
who that
dead
is.
people. I was thinking like let's go back in time and hang out with those people. You guys ruined
Wow.
it. So Bert Kreischer. I fucking want to hang out with Bert Kreischer for a week.
What the fuck's Bert Kreischer?
He's a comedian. He's
Bert?
awesome.
People.
I don't know who that is.
Is
Is he the guy who rides the roller coasters and stuff? The fat
No,
guy?
he's the comedian.
He takes his shirt off a lot.
I think he's a fat guy who rides roller coasters and that on like the Travel
the
Channel.
comedian?
The Travel Channel, he might have.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I fucking love Bert Kreischer.
I know who he is. Yeah,
That's a lot of energy for a week, though. That's a lot. But
That's a good call, though. That'd be interesting.
Oh
fun.
yeah, that'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, I wonder who's going to have the most fun. Ryan with the random person he just cooks breakfast for, McNew with a fat guy who likes to take off his shirt, Katie with herself, or Lenny with Linda McCartney. Who's going to are me and Kate Upton? I wonder who made the best choice here, folks. Let us know who you think made the best choice. Send us a note. We'd love to hear it. It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Chewbacca. You're up first.
Well, so
For anybody who doesn't know, he's wearing a coat here that it looks like Chewbacca's costume, but yeah, it's very furry.
very comfortable coat.
I'm jealous of it. It's kind of cold in
It's
the
the
room
Joe
I'm
Mayo
in.
coat
I
from
want a
Seinfeld.
big fur coat.
I was my only goal today of traveling was to make it at my friend's house so I could be on the podcast today.
The odd thing
So
about
mission accomplished.
the odd thing about the coat and the Seinfeld episode is when Newman climbed the tree, Jerry they asked him where he learned that, and he said the Pacific Northwest.
Here
you
I
are in the
am.
Pacific Northwest. So yeah,
If you will,
Coat makes sense.
I just learned this. I'm on Orca Island,
okay.
just outside of fuck if I know.
Yes.
But my friends,
My favorite place to visit in the summers,
if I know.
just outside
Is it?
of Fuck if I know.
Fuck if I know.
yeah, okay, all right, fair enough. Katie was being smart, but I'm with you.
Okay.
But they had a bottle of bourbon, so
All right, 10th Mountain. Award winning. Okay. That's actually
That's
one of your better
pretty
cork
good.
pops.
That
was
was
not
a
bad.
solid, cute pop.
He might win this thing. Might.
Right.
All right, Lenny looks like he's ready to go too. I see his bottle queued up there. What do you got there, Lenny?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've got some High West Rendezvous Rye.
Okay. Oh, a little feedback there. Okay. We're going to say Ryan still got the lead.
Akeley, for the record, can we at least at this point take in consideration the coats everybody's wearing?
Yeah. You're the only one wearing a coat, so you win, I guess. Oh, Katie,
Whatever has my
one.
name on it. Does that count for anything?
Katie does have one with her name on it, so fair enough.
Fair.
Fair. All right, McNew, you're next.
have some 1792. Oh, shit, that's table.
Very violent. Okay, no, that was muffled.
Sounds like suction.
Mike Ball, yeah, it was reversed. Yeah.
I don't.
Agree.
All right. Katie, you're next.
I have some Dancing Goat Distillery High Rye Bourbon, aged 6 years.
Okay, nice. Is that from the ABV Barrel Shop?
It is indeed.
Nice. Well, good choice. You know where
Good
to
plug,
shop.
Steve.
And you know where to shop.
Hey, Midas. Shh. Puppy. Quiet on the set.
Oh, I think she's got the lead. She took over. Ryan had a chance there, but it's over.
Yeah, I had a chance. First time in my life, I had a chance. First
Dream's
time.
over. Frey Ranch. I don't know if you guys have ever picked up a bottle of this. It is a weapon. It's very thick.
They're so heavy.
I know, it's so heavy. Yeah, unbelievable. So, and the cork is metal. And so here we go. Oh, that was decent. A little squeak there.
I think
I'd say I beat.
place.
I'd say I beat Katie, but the squeak took me back. I think that's what knocked me down. I really, in my heart, feel like I won, but I lose it on the squeak. So Katie wins. That means Katie wins. So cheers.
Cheers. Ding.
You know what's fun for me? Actually, Lenny, you might agree with this.
Yes. What? Go ahead.
As I come out to the Northwest and they got a rocks glass with our brand on it, which is great. So
Nice.
Really?
fun.
Oh, there you go. All right, what we're going to do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about what cults we think there are in bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We'll also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about what cults are there in bourbon.
Yes, we are. What cults do you guys think are out there? I mean, I there's a couple that I think.
We've been called a cult before.
We're a cult. We're a cult. Good. Cults can be good.
That's funny because that was one of my answers I immediately wrote down.
Are we a cult? Are we a cult? Do we tick any of the boxes?
I put an asterisk next to it. I was like, the good kind.
The good kind. Sure.
Are we talking about bourbon specifically, or are we talking about whiskey? Because I think Japanese is out there as a cult these days.
That's a good call.
That's a good call. Well,
But I mean, Akeley, direct us a little bit. Are we talking about bourbon, or are we talking about whiskey in general?
Let's stick to the bourbon stuff, and
okay.
let's see what we got. I mean, you weren't bad with that, but any bourbon?
Starlight, 100%.
Starlight, yes. Oh yeah.
But that must be like not here yet, but maybe coming soon.
Yeah, when it does, get ready.
Yeah,
people lose their minds. People
the
lose their
single
minds.
barrels, especially, like people like line them up, like they collect. Anytime one's out there, like, oh, we got to get there and get it. Like it's wild the chokehold it has on people in this area.
Oh, good for Starlight.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, for sure. Lenny, correct me if I'm wrong, but a whole bunch of like influencers and everything, tasting whiskeys and doing the deal. It's all Weller. It's all Buffalo Trace. I mean, you name it, right? And so I'm flipping through all my social media, and I'm like, okay. But more power to my. It's great. I love the attention that everyone's getting. But it's kind of getting old. That all right, hey, we're drinking a Weller 12, we're drinking a Weller 18, we're doing XYZ. So I don't know. I'll throw that out there.
I have that on my list, and I named it the Bourbon Hunters Cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because whether they're actually like cruising around liquor stores, not, it's like those who are in search of.
Okay, that's a good way to good catch-all. That takes care of everything. I like how you phrase that, Lenny. I think
And
that's
it
the
annoys
best way
me, too.
and all that. Yeah.
Um,
Here's a cult for you guys. Willet is a cult. The fact they can come up with
Absolutely.
a bottle selling out of the gift shop that sells. They announce we got 100 bottles in, and they're $700 each, and you can't even get off the road. The people are lined up all the way out the parking lot and stuff like that. They it's like what's the limit that they could charge and then not sell out in 20 minutes? I don't know. I don't think we found it.
Along those same lines, how much effort have they put in over the last X amount of years to get to this point? Like,
well, I don't know how they did it.
We're like, we're trying, right? But I don't know.
I don't know how they did it, and I don't know that they know how they did it. I mean,
right?
They had some great older source stuff, but there was other places that had great older source stuff. So I'm not sure how it happens where they just become this standout. I don't know.
Steve, I'm going to piggyback off that one too and tie in an unrelated angle. Unpopular opinion, but
oh God, here we go.
So here I'm going to qualify Will under this umbrella. A cult is the ardent supporters of craft distilleries that aren't really distilleries. Now, qualifier, obviously Willet has stills, and Willet is making their own product, allegedly.
Yes, okay. I get what you're saying.
But God damn it, for the last 8 years, would they have a couple 2-year-old bottles here and there? 4-year-old bottles here and there? Now they seem to have some of their own stock. But why do
a 4-year-old rye has?
We need to go with this, but one of my first distillery experiences was at Willet and Drew. I mean, they laid out the red carpet. I was nobody. I'm still nobody, but
oh my God, no, you're a big name.
Place in my heart.
I mean, just look at your coat.
With Willet,
yeah, look at the coat. Yeah. Right now,
I do think the distillery.
Right now, Leonardo DiCaprio and you are wearing the same coat. Different places in the world, but yes, that's what's going on.
But yeah. I mean, Lenny, I hear you on that. So,
okay.
I mean, and not to. On the flip side, yes, it is damn fine whiskey, damn fine bourbon. So, I'll be a fan of what's in the bottle. But I do think, as a tangent, there is a cult of folks who are just diehard supporters of something, and they don't even realize that place just bought it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to add Old Carter to that. I think they're lovely people, great product. Definitely a cult.
Old Carter, yeah. Do all the ones that are very high priced, like Foregate, are they a cult too? Do you have to kind of get a little mini cult going when your bottles are $300?
Lenny, how does it happen? I don't know. Steve, you guys, McNew, I don't know. Katie, how does it?
Let's focus on Old Carter. So I think what works for Old Carter is it is legitimately good whiskey. So we'll start with that. That's got to be a point. Yeah. But I think the accessibility of those two, they're active on social media. They're in Kentucky a lot. They say where they're at. You can go meet them. Now they have the place where you can go, like the private club and stuff like that. I think the accessibility of the owners, I think that's a good start to begin to build your cult, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, Aka, with that in mind, I mean, Lenny is accessible. I'm accessible. We have been for 10, 12 years at this point, right? So, like, how do you do it, right?
Yeah, put $300 on your bottle and go from there.
Kentucky.
Let me ask though, because we know that because I'm in Indiana, they're in Kentucky, so I'm more familiar with it. Do you have Colorado cults? Do you guys have somebody that's every time you release something, they're at the distillery, they're like, yes, I got to get that 10th Mountain. Yes, I got to get that Deer Hammer.
Yeah, good point.
So you probably have Colorado cults, yeah.
Oh, I hope so. When I go to Colorado, I ask people what do they like about Colorado whiskey. They're like, oh, we like the Kentucky stuff, which is so wrong to me. I like Colorado whiskey, and of course I like St. Louis stuff. I'm proud of what we do in my state, and I like to focus on that. And I like to highlight who the people are doing a good job. And there's some big name people who on the fan side who say, Colorado, it's there, but if you want to get the good stuff, you got to go to Kentucky. I don't like that.
Yeah,
well, Akeley, again, do it blind, I think. If they want to challenge that, please do it blind and let us know what you think.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not against it, but please do it blind. So
that's what happens with a lot of the snobs. They can't pick out anything blind. That's a great equalizer.
So. A lot of them fall into another cult classification I thought of, and that's the age statement, Colt.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one.
4-year
That's
bottle in front of them, they're like, it's not bad. I'd love to taste it in another 3 years. Like,
good. Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Lenny,
You're like, you have
Lenny,
no idea
to
what you're
that
talking
point,
about.
Lenny, I don't know if you do this. We do it at our tasting. People like want to make a prejudgment before they taste it, and then we're like, "Well, why don't you taste it and then tell us how old you think it is?"
Yes.
Mhm.
And they often say 4, 5, 6 years old. Like, no, it's a 1, 2, 3-year old. And they're
Right.
like, okay, so it changes their mind frame. So to your
Yeah.
point, yeah.
I've seen more and more places that are having people taste things before they tell them anything about it, because I think just because of those preconceived notions so much. And I think absolutely the age statement, and I think it is a cult, absolutely falls in that category,
Yeah.
is one of the reasons for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along that line too is MGP. That's a cult. There's people who seek out the source brands that have the MGP stuff, and then they think that's just the absolute best. That's the best that you can get, and it's like, well, doesn't their stuff taste like this one and that one and that one and that one? They don't care. They're MGP fans, which is weird to me. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that though, I find I'll do that sometimes because I am a fan for the most part of the product that comes out MGP. So I find I do is I'll buy it from the brands that give me a reason to, like maybe it's because the owners are accessible or have done something awesome or are cool or whatever.
Right.
You got to buy it from someone if you're going to buy it. So you might as well like pick the someone that's awesome.
Pick the awesome someone.
Because
Yes.
the whiskeys all come from the same place.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I got one other one.
Okay. One more. Let's do one more.
Okay. The Four Roses yeast cult.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
Never get in a
good
conversation
one.
with those people. Jeez.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at it. I just don't know how they remember or
They're
care
so
as much as
geeky.
they do.
I cannot for the life of me figure that out. Like, I know it is only like 4 letters a bazillion different ways, but I'm like, I can't do it. It is like math, and it just angers me.
I totally
Like,
agree.
can't do it.
It also does anger me too that they'll tell you that they like certain ones. Again, to me, it isn't. I like this. The only thing that guides me is the taste. It's not 4 letters on a bottle. That's not what's going to tell me whether I like it or not. Maybe I tend to gravitate more towards that one, but I still want to try everyone. Maybe even the letters that I don't like.
I
who knows what
am
happens to the barrel.
narrowing in on my palate with 4 Roses. And
Okay, he's getting there. He's going to be joining the cult soon. He's getting close.
fucking A, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
So
good
I
luck.
can't argue against it, but I'm a big 4 Roses fan. So
I admitted
I am
that
too.
I was in part of the Four Roses letter cult for a while. I was like that OESV. I'm really looking for that one.
I feel like I need like an 8-hour class for somebody to like sit me down, like I'm 5, and be like, this is what these letters mean, because
Yeah.
I can't wrap my
Here's what would happen with me in that 8-hour class. The end of 8 hours, I'd have it down. I could talk it. When I wake up the next day, it's all gone.
And I think the
It's not
problem
going to be
is that
anything that sticks with me. Yeah.
if you did an 8-hour class, you'd actually know something valuable. The problem is I went to one distillery tour and I left and I was like, oh yes, I know all about their varieties. And that's what makes it of the cult, is that you go to one distillery tour and you think you know it.
Yeah, you think you know it. So there you go.
good point, Katie. Good point. Yeah.
There you go, folks. That's some of the cults. There's many more, but that's some of them. The ABV Network is not a cult. Let's be very specific there, but some people may say it is, apparently. We'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me wrangling the puppy, insisting on barking in this audio throughout the episode. Apologies for that. And also over on Instagram at KatieProof.
Lenny.
You can find myself and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. Pretty soon you can find our bourbon, our rye, whatever Steve might be picking to go in the, let's see, what do we call it? The ABV Barrel Shop online?
Yeah, online shop. Yeah, so we've got that.
Yeah, so pretty cool stuff coming there. And you
Yes.
can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we got to have Ryan do his plug. They were trying to track Ryan down. He's been a hard man to get a hold of, apparently. So yeah, they want to get his order too. So Ryan, where can people find you? And they're going to be listening from the MASH network, so they got it because I got to track you down. So go ahead.
Across all socials at 10thmtnwhiskey.com. Our website is 10th whiskey 10th WSkyEY.com.
W Sky E. W Sky
I was like
E.
a Four Roses code.
I got a hope. I got a coat.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. All right. McNew, how about you?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put our previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. You want to know what we got going on, please at least sign up for our email distribution at abvbarrelshop.com. You can even click on the online shop through there as well. So check us out, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.